Back down we go to Connecticut again this weekend to bid good morning to the lead singer of those Nighthawks. They spell it with a K, gang, not with an N. A good morning to Cassandra Carolan. Cassandra, are you there?
I am here. Good morning, Ron.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy to be here, very excited. And I didn't sleep well last night. I was just, one eye was open and one eye was closed.
My goodness. She was so eager ever since I approached her about the opportunity to come on the program that she's losing sleep over this. I'm making, you're making me feel guilty here.
No, it's in a good way. I'm very excited. Thank you for having me on.
My pleasure. Hope you're staying warm down there. Cassandra is based down in Woodbury, Connecticut, just west of Waterbury.
Yeah.
And she is the lead singer and manager of the Nighthawks. Now, she is pretty much assembled three legendary musicians as a background for this particular group. So why don't you tell us about how you folks all formed here?
Well, the band formed, I formed the band approximately 3-4 years ago, and I had different musicians that were on board. Dave Yarrison, however, has been with me ever since, from day one. Lead guitarist, extremely talented. So with his versatility to do what he does, and that is rock and roll, he draws in a very nice crowd of followers. And the current members that we have, Pete Fiore playing on bass, and Derek Leaner on drums, has been absolutely phenomenal. We do have some other musicians who have been playing with us at various functions as well. And it's just one big collaborative team that works really well together. And we have great vibes on stage and off, which is extremely important to sustaining that band chemistry. No drama. Thank you.
You know something, that's one word we could all do without, Cassandra, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, you were in a group called One More Cup prior to the Nighthawks. How did you get started there, and what kind of led to that band's disbanding over here before achieving success with the rest of your trio over here?
Well, I started out, I must give all the credit to my mom, passed away 4 years ago, who was very instrumental in the backbone of music in my family. I've always sang as a little girl in church, and, I took that to another level. And when my kids were young, I started to go to visit some karaoke venues with friends and have the love of music, always. So I started to do that, and I wanted to branch out a little bit more, not knowing anything about the music scene, what's involved. Musicians were approaching me and said to me, why don't you go check out somebody's local jams and open mics? And then that's where I started networking with musicians and singing with them. And I loved it. I really, truly loved it. And I did that for several years. And somebody said, why don't you put together a band? And that's where I formed One More Cup Band. Not knowing what's involved. I mean, it's really difficult managing a band, singing in the band. It's very challenging. However, I think with any business, because managing a band is a business, you have to separate the two. There's a business back end. That's what I do on one end. And then there's singing and working with talented musicians who help with the arrangement of the songs. And it's everybody working together. I could never do it without them, and vice versa. So it evolved from that initial standpoint. And then after One More Cup Band sort of phased out, I got help with selecting a different name for the band that we have currently, which is Cassandra and the Knighthawks. And it has been, history ever since then, moving on to bigger and better things. And I love it. It truly is a passion in my life, besides my children, of course, and the beautiful new granddaughter who's 13 months old. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. A shout-out to Kalia. Kalia is my granddaughter, and my children, Zach and Samantha.
Awesome. So I hope they are listening right now as we speak.
They are. I texted them 12 times last night.
It's ironic because you named the band Nighthawks, and that was the name of a Sylvester Stallone movie that came out in 1981. And also, it was the name of the local AHL hockey team in New Haven.
Yes, I did see that. Yes, yes.
So there were a lot of parallels to that, you know?
Correct. And for me also personally, Nighthawks, a person of strength, it could be anybody, individual, a thing, an object, whatever, but somebody of strength who can stand and withstand the storms that life throws at you and roadblocks that we deal with every day. And believe me, it has not been peaches and cream, as a female artist trying to establish a band, a rock and roll band in New England. Out of, I think, a lot of, roadblocks and trials in your life, you come out on the other end. You have to. For me personally, you have to.
Well, I think you're handling it in high fashion, and I know you're very welcome. And I know you told me that you're really interested in coming on over to our tri-state region here in the southern Berkshires and also in parts of northwestern Connecticut and eastern New York. We have so many local venues that will be welcoming you with open arms. So hopefully you'll be able to do your homework and come on by here and perform a gig for our local audiences. But I understand you're going to be not too far away from us in the springtime, just around the Springfield area?
Yes, I am collaborating as we speak with the owner, Jake Torrey, of Geraldine's, which is a live music venue in Chicopee, Mass. I've been speaking with him recently and marketing for, a month or so to try to have my band play there. So he is very excited about it, and we're looking to, pinpoint a date within the next few months. I'm really excited about that.
All right. So we'll keep you posted as to when Cassandra is going to be doing her thing over at Geraldine's in Chicopee, which is about an hour away from Great Barrington. So that's a pretty decent ride for some. And I know you do a lot of performances around central and eastern Connecticut as well. But
yes.
I think maybe they should jump in the car and check out your act. It'll be worth the trip for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the most unique, there are so many unique things about the band, amongst them, obviously, the talent that we have on board. And just to throw in real quick, Mark Saglasky, who is on drums, he also accompanies the band and has played several shows last year. And most recently coming up, Josh Scuffle is an amazing guitarist out of the central Connecticut area, actually more on the shoreline. But they're fabulous individuals. And I have been very blessed to have, crossed paths with all these individuals who, and even better and better and better. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those individuals. But our set list it's extremely vast. We play anything from Peggy Lee. These boots are made for walking. However, we do it with a rock twist. And we play Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Marshall Tucker. I've been singing Can't You for over 5-6 years, and I recently sent Marshall Tucker's band a recent website of our band and that video that I sing, You Never Know, Who Knows, Beth Hart, and Stevie Wonder and tons of other artists. So our set list is very diverse, and we get tremendous amount of support from people who hear it for the first time, So we hope to be in your area and beyond, and I'm looking forward to it.
And so are we. By all means, check out my article that I wrote about Cassandra and the Nighthawks. I mean,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. The smoking photo tells it all, with the fire in the background turning up the heat in more ways than one.
Absolutely.
And ironically, that's a title chapter of one of my short stories that I told you about as I completed a book over here not too long ago, regarding the World War II takeover in Athens, Greece, from the Germans, and that is definitely Chapter 4, just to let you know.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to that when it does become available.
All right. Well, you never know. I might sneak it into you on your email over here, because you've been so cooperative over here in more ways than one. But before we finish up, you need to tell our audience how they can get in touch with Cassandra Carolan.
You can get in touch with me through the band page, which is Cassandra and the Nighthawks, on Facebook. We are on Instagram, but we really we're more saturated on the Facebook page. You'll be able to click on the events to see every event that we're going to be performing at coming up. And if I may just throw a quick plug in, I'm so excited that we have the opportunity to play February 26th. It's in the central Connecticut area at a fabulous bar and a restaurant, Blackstone Irish Pub. And, that has been a very challenge to try to view there, as most of the places that we're playing at. But we're going to be playing there 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. February 26th. I'm really looking forward to that. So they can get in touch with me there. They can also go on our website, CassandraAndTheKnighthawks.com. And on that segue, Jamie Freitas has been an extreme attribute to our website, and we came together a year ago. She's very instrumental in putting together all of our media and Facebook posts, and I'm just thrilled to have her be a part of the band family, because she truly is. And thank you so much, Jamie, for all your help. I've driven her crazy for a long time, creating different things and, how we're going to approach certain situations. And, it's a marriage, whether you're with band members or somebody handling your marketing or whatever it is, it's a marriage. You have good days and bad days, and you just have to communicate, and she's fabulous, and thank you so much for wearing all the hats that you do.
Well, Cassandra, thank you so much for sharing some time with us here on the radio at WSBS. You are welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome too. See, it sounds like stereo over here. But you're welcome to come on back here down the road and let us know what's happening. As hopefully we'll be reporting about some gigs locally in our backyard across the tri-state region.
Sure, I'm working on it.
All right, and we'll keep you posted for sure. And don't forget to read Cassandra's article. You can learn more about her on our website, WSBS.com. And you do have the free WSBS app on your phone.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. She really learns very well on how to adapt to our formatics here, gang.